SpaceX was born in 2002, when its founder billionaire Elon Musk took the first steps in his grand ambition to send a mission to Mars. Today, the company is way beyond the space startup stage. The Hawthorne, California-based company regularly reuses the Falcon-9 rockets to send satellites into orbit. SpaceX also sends cargo missions to the International Space Station with its Dragon spacecraft, ferrying astronauts for NASA and others' private flight. SpaceX has also launched the massive Falcon Heavy and has plans for an even larger rocket to reach the Moon, Mars, and beyond with the Starship, which currently under development in Boca Chica, Texas. June 4 marks 10 years since the rocket's inaugural test flight. Since 2010, Falcon 9 has launched 124 times, with 122 full mission successes, 1 partial failure and 1 total loss of the spacecraft. The Falcon 9 has safely returned and landed for 87 times as of June 3, 2021. 42 of those rockets have been recycled and reflown on for the next missions. Let's take a look to the beginning of the success of the SpaceX's rocket. 2010. Falcon 9's first test flight. On June 4, 2010, Falcon 9 nailed its first ever test flight. At 2:45 p.m. local time, the rocket blasted off from the coastal launch pad at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. It reached an orbit 155 miles above Earth. "We got our Falcon 9 rocket to orbit, it achieved a near bullseye," said SpaceX founder and CEO Elon Musk at the time. 2015. Falcon 9 sticks its first landing. The third time's the charm. After 2 previous attempts, SpaceX successfully landed the first stage of its orbital-class Falcon 9 rocket back on Earth for the first time. Shortly after Falcon 9 and its cargo launched at 8:29 p.m. Eastern Time on December 21, 2015, the first stage separated and returned to Earth for a soft landing, one that would change the course of spaceflight forever. A month earlier, the Jeff Bezos spaceflight company Blue Origin managed to land its New Shepard rocket after a quick suborbital flight. 2016. Falcon 9 booster landing at sea. After 1 successful ground landing and multiple failed attempts to land at sea, SpaceX finally nailed an ocean landing aboard the drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You. A chase plane captured the footage shortly after the April 8, 2016, launch from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida. 2016. Explosion on the pad. On September 1, 2016, SpaceX lost one of its Falcon 9 rockets on the launch pad at Cape Canaveral Air Force Station during a static fire test. The vehicle and its $195 million payload and Amos 6 satellite, which belonged to Facebook, were lost. The company later announced that a pressure vessel containing chilled helium ruptured after liquid oxygen found its way between the tank and its carbon fiber lining. 2017. SpaceX flown reused rocket for first time. On March 30, 2017, SpaceX launched a previously flown rocket for the first time. The Falcon 9 rocket took off from Cape Canaveral Air Force Station in Florida and hoisted an SES-10 communications satellite into orbit before returning to Earth. 2018. Falcon Heavy launch. On February 6, 2018, SpaceX launched its Falcon Heavy rocket for the first time. The spacecraft, powered by 3 Falcon 9 rockets, that's a total of 27 Merlin engines, if you're counting, launched one of Musk's cherry-red Tesla Roadster into a Mars-like orbit. The spacecraft's 2 boosters made it back to their landing pads safely. The core stage, however, did not stick its ocean landing. 2018. Falcon 9 rolls straight into the sea. Just after launching and separating from its commercial resupply mission 16 cargo on December 5, 2018, Falcon 9 flipped around and started the journey back to Earth. Unfortunately, as it barreled back toward Earth, a stalled grid fin hydraulic pump caused it to roll and tumble into the sea. It was the first time Falcon 9 had failed to stick a ground landing. 2019. Commercial Crew Demo 1 launch. Falcon 9 successfully sent the Dragon capsule into orbit for its first demonstration mission. The spacecraft launched at 2:49 a.m. Eastern Time on March 2, 2019, from the historic Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center. The Demo 1 mission successfully showed that the Dragon capsule could dock and undock with the International Space Station. Falcon 9 completed its mission too, safely landing back on the autonomous drone ship, Of Course I Still Love You, shortly after launch. 2020. Crew Dragon in-flight abort test. Falcon 9 goes kaboom. Leading up to the successful launch of the Demo 2 mission, SpaceX and NASA conducted a critical in-flight abort test to evaluate the capsule's ability to jettison to safety in the event of an emergency. SpaceX launched its Crew Dragon capsule and Falcon 9 at 10:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Only one vehicle returned. Shortly after the spacecraft launched, the capsule separated from Falcon 9 and safely shot off across the sky. 2020 Commercial Crew Demo 2 launch. On May 30, SpaceX's worm-clad Falcon 9 rocket became the first commercial rocket to lift astronauts into space, launch at 3:22 p.m. Eastern Time. The blast from Launch Complex 39A at NASA's Kennedy Space Center catapulted NASA astronauts Bob Behnken and Doug Hurley into space and solidified Falcon 9's place in spaceflight history. 2020 SpaceX Crew-1 launch. SpaceX Crew-1 was the first operational crewed flight of a Crew Dragon spacecraft. It was also the first crewed night launch by the United States since that of STS-131 in April 2010. The Crew Dragon spacecraft Resilience launched on 16 November 2020 at 0 hours 27 minutes and 17 seconds, UTC, on a Falcon 9 from the Kennedy Space Center, LC-39A, carrying NASA astronauts Michael Hopkins, Victor Glover and Shannon Walker along with JAXA astronaut Soichi Noguchi, all members of the Expedition 64 crew. The mission was the second overall crewed orbital flight of the Crew Dragon. The mission was scheduled to depart the ISS on 28 April 2021, but due to weather returned to Earth on 2 May 2021. The capsule splashed down at 6 hours 56 minutes and 33 seconds, UTC. It was the first nighttime splashdown for NASA astronauts since Apollo 8 in 1968. On 7 February 2021, the Crew-1 broke the record for the longest spaceflight by a U.S. crewed vehicle, surpassing the 84-day mark set by an Apollo capsule on the final flight to the Skylab 4 space station on 8 February 1974. 2021 SpaceX Crew-2 launch. SpaceX Crew-2 is the second crewed operational flight of a Crew Dragon spacecraft, and its third overall crewed orbital flight. The mission was launched on 23 April 2021 at 9 hours 49 minutes and 2 seconds, UTC. The Crew-2 mission transported 4 members of the crew to the International Space Station, ISS. SpaceX Crew-2 also used the same capsule as Demo 2, Endeavour, and used the same booster as Crew-1, B1061.2. Endeavour docked with the International Space Station on 24 April 2021 at 9:08 UTC. The second SpaceX operational mission in the Commercial Crew program launched on 23 April 2021. The Crew Dragon Endeavour, C206, will dock to the International Docking Adapter, IDA, on the Harmony module. This mission is the first with astronauts on board with a previously used booster rocket. All crew are veteran astronauts, though this is Megan McArthur's first visit to the ISS, as her first spaceflight was a shuttle mission to the Hubble Space Telescope. Alongside the 3 other crew members, Megan McArthur is using the same seat of the SpaceX Crew Dragon Endeavour in this mission which her husband, Bob Behnken, used in SpaceX Demo 2 mission, the first mission of the Endeavour capsule. Akihiko Hoshide will serve as the second Japanese ISS commander during his stay. It is the second mission by Thomas Pesquet to the International Space Station and will be called Alpha, after Alpha Centauri, the closest star system to Earth, following the French tradition to name space missions after stars or constellations. SpaceX Crew-2 planned to depart from ISS on Sunday, October 31, 2021. That's all for today. Hopefully you liked the video. Give us a comment, like or subscribe for more video like this. Thank you, and see you next time.